Hey guys, and welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. Hope everybody's doing well today. And today I'm going to have some fun, for once attacking something directly, more like debunking something. I want to play with the I am myths. This one probably may turn into something bigger, but I do want to play with the I am myths. I've heard these things before from several different people, different motivational speakers, and even ministers and preachers in the Christian faith. But I want to attack the I am myths. What are the I am myths, Rob? Well, glad you asked that. Well, the I am myths are the top three are I am what I have, I am what I do, and I am what other people think of me. So the first one I want to attack, of course, is I am what I have. Okay. You're talking to somebody who has had things and lost things quite a few times in my lifetime. Uh, Learned a lot of fun things along the way because of it. But one of the things that I have realized is that the things are not me. So I am what I have is nice in terms of, what you have inside, what your personal abilities and talents and skills are, your style, your smile, as I say. Those things that you have are good, and they are a part of who you are, who I am. But the outside things are the things that I'm going to attack. And I want to make it clear that I'm not attacking those things, or even challenging. Challenging is a better word. I'm not even challenging those things because I don't think you should have them. Because trust me when I tell you, I believe in nice stuff. I like nice stuff. I like beautiful cars and clothes and all that stuff. And tech. Tech's a thing for me. I like nice tech. But I am not my tech. If this camera that I'm talking to you on breaks today, it is not me. I'm not broken just because the camera's broken. And so the I am what I have is the one that I'm challenging, because how many people out there, myself included, okay, have based their worth or their value on what they possess, what they have, as if somehow that makes them more important or defines who they are. Like, for example, if I don't wear the right shoes, or I don't have the right clothes, or I don't eat the right cereal, or I don't have the right watch, then I'm less important than another person, or I'm not as good as, or I'm less than the person who has that thing. It's kind of like, you know, you define those things, and you're the one who decides whether or not you're important based on those things. And what happens when you don't have those things anymore? Okay. Are you suddenly now become nothing because you don't have those things? And so I challenge that. Okay. Because when it is I am what I have, then when you don't have, you aren't. And most of us know that that's not even commonsensically right. I mean, it's stupid. Think about it. Because I don't have my Mont Blanc pen, that doesn't make me not Robbie anymore. Okay, I don't even know what kind of pen this is, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, or I don't wear my fancy watch, or I don't have this necklace, or I don't drive this certain kind of car, or I don't live in a certain neighborhood. Okay, those are halves that are not defining of who you are. They're defining of things that you may possess, but they've never or will never be you. So, you're not going to be suddenly not yourself because you don't have a watch of certain type, or because you don't have a certain shoe. Um, the things that you do have that are you are the things like your beliefs, your style, your sense of smile and purpose and happiness and joy, your passion about life. Those are things that are the only I haves and I ams that matter. And again, I don't disbelieve having nice stuff. I think it's great. I think you should. I think it makes life more enjoyable and you can have more fun. But I think that once you realize that you have the things don't have you, you can enjoy them better and with a sense of free, fun. So again, play with the idea. You're not what you have, because your value and character have nothing to do with the car you drive or the house you live in or the neighborhood you live in. I have known people who are supposedly the low end of the spectrum as far as maybe their job or what they possessed, or one of the kindest men I ever met had dirty clothes and he didn't smell very good. um, you know, some of the nicest people that I've met are homeless. But I've also met people with great means that are wonderful and nice. Because that isn't the defining factor. It's what they are inside that's the defining factor. And so, again, developing yourself on the inside, I think, is the most important way to become someone of quality. You can't buy it, because honestly, if you bought it, you've already mastered it because you owned it, you bought it. It's not you, it's something. And so it can't be you because you're the one who bought it. um, that one takes a little while to settle, but you know I just realized very poignantly today that even if I have a lot of things, if I make a lot of money, because there are people out there that still think I got a lot of money. Okay, I make a lot of money and I have something, but it is what it is. I won't confirm nor deny, but I will say that I'm not my stuff. That's why if I like a certain piece of clothing, I don't care if it comes from Walmart or from Tommy Hilfiger. I'll wear it. I'll buy it. I like it. I have it. If I like a certain watch, I don't care if it came from the dollar store or from Jacob the Jewelers. I wear it. I like it. And it frees me from the predisposition that I have to have certain things to be somebody, and that I get to decide based on the fact that I can afford a certain thing that I'm suddenly important. So I am what I have. Nah, myth number one. Myth number two, I am what I do. So when you don't, you aren't anymore? Really? People tend to, and I'm not against somebody wanting to do a good job at what they do or doing things to accomplish in the world. But if you're doing is what defines you as a person and not who you are inside and what you believe and think about yourself, then when you aren't doing those things anymore, then by the same reasoning, then you aren't anybody anymore. It's kind of like, to me, like the athlete who is running touchdowns every game and he's a professional football player. Okay, if he is only a professional football player and not a valuable member of the community or society or to his children or his significant other or to his pet, I'm just going at it here, you know, then that means he's nobody now. He's or she isn't. Not so. You can do things, and I'm not against you doing stuff and getting out there and achieving and conquering. But if that is your definition of yourself and that's intrinsically what you think you are and that's all you are, then when you can't do those things anymore, then what are you? It's not about what you do. It's about who you are. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do, but if you are first and then you do second, the things that you do will have more meaning for everyone, including yourself. Because you're coming from the place of, I know who I am, and because I am this, I can do that. And so I really, really believe that that one is a cool one to think about and play with too. The other one is that I am what other people think of me. This one in particular has caused more trouble than I can shake a stick at, as they say, because you think that your style, your smile, your ability is based on whether or not other people like you. As my grandmother said many times, they'll talk about Jesus. You think they wouldn't talk about you? And he healed the sick, raised the dead. Okay? My thing with this one is, again, It's not that you shouldn't be nice. It's not that you shouldn't try to get along with people and have camaraderie and develop relationships where people care about you. But if the only reason you think you're valuable is because of the whims of people, you got a sad life coming, because that means that when people don't like you anymore, then you're nothing or you're nobody. Really? Nah, I'm not going there. But I know many movie stars and famous people have gone there. Um, they have, not been the fan favorite anymore, have the support of the public, and have done things as far as even as to commit suicide in their lives, or become winos on Skid Row, okay, because people don't like them anymore. It's kind of like making the mistake of thinking that your Facebook friends who follow you today, and don't follow you tomorrow, define who you are and whether or not you're a worthy person. Um, you have to get past that. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have that. It's just that getting past that and knowing that that is something that is fleeting, just like the wind. Okay, because you can be here today and gone tomorrow. The ring you got on your finger today could be on somebody else's finger in a few years. The watch that you have today could be stolen tomorrow and adorn the wrist of the thief. Okay, the same thing with people's opinions, because nobody's going to like everything you do 100% of the time. Even your closest friend is going to have disagreements with you at times. Okay, so therefore, basing your worth on what people think of you and how they feel about you is just kind of madness to me, because at any moment that can change. And so, I just have an issue with that one in particular, because when you define yourself by that, that means that you're no longer the power. They are the power, because then you have to do things to please them to continue to get your power, your worth, your satisfaction. So just don't do it. So anyway, quick recap of 3 of the biggest I am myths. Um, I am what I have. I am what I do, and I am what other people think of me or my reputation. Because you see, you may have done what they said you did, but you're not who they say you are. Only you can define that. And it's not defined by what you own. It's not defined by what you do. And it's not defined by what other people think of you. It's only defined by you. You hold the power for that. And you know what's funny about those? They do have a grain of truth in that, there are people out there who will not listen to you. There are people who won't listen to this talk all the way through the 13, 14, 16 minutes or whatever it becomes, just simply because I'm not sitting in a nice backdrop, or I'm not wearing flashing a nice watch, or I'm not wearing the Gucci whatever. Okay, there are people who judge on that. Okay, there are also people who are going to maybe hear me or others and not listen to us because maybe we're not the all-star at work, for example, because well, that's another story for another time. But they won't hear what you have to say because you're not out there doing certain things that they think you need to be doing to be important enough for them to listen to you. Or because they don't like you. Maybe they don't like the fact that you're too fat, too short, too tall, too white, too black, too skinny, too whatever. Okay. Or that you don't speak articulately enough, or that you put out your talks raw and unscripted and say and pause a lot. You know, again, those people are going to be there no matter what. But you also got people who are going to understand that your internal gifts are what cause all those other things to manifest. My internal gifts about who I am is what's going to cause the people who like me to like me, not some Facebook page or some Twitter following or some tweet. Okay, because a lot of those people don't even know you. Okay, the people that are going to hear what I have to say and I'm going to have an impact on, um, have that in common. They're not there because of what I have, what I do, or whether other people like me. They're there because of who I am. And so I encourage you to go out today and start to apply this and realize that the gifts that you have are what's going to make space for you. It's not the stuff. The stuff is nice, but let the stuff be a byproduct of who you are and not the things that define who you are. So I'm going to touch on that one again on another talk. And so I'm going to say thank you for sharing my armchair, and just something to think about. And again, leave me comments and ask questions and give me something to play with so we can talk. All right? Have a good day.